Now we're going to install Goodridge front braided brake lines for two purposes. One is they give it a nice, good custom look. The other is it helps in braking. They're rated up to 10,000 psi, which makes it a lot safer. Let's get started. We're going to start by disconnecting the brake line from the master cylinder. Next thing, we're going to disconnect the nacelle, open it up so we can get to the front brake line, which runs right through the nacelle here. Disconnect the T40 bolts on the right side. You're going to cut the zip tie that's connected to the risers. It's holding the brake line on there. There we go. And you'll notice that I've got rags covering up parts of the bike. The reason why I'm doing that is it uses dot 4. Dot 4 is prone to eat away paint, clear coat, and can even harm plastic. So I put the rags there to help aid from getting on the plastic or anything. We are going to cut the zip tie. That is right underneath here. You'll just have to kind of fish this line through the wiring and remember where it goes through at. All right. And you'll take the one that connects to the master cylinder, just follow it back, and it should be marked on here. It'll say MF and F. MF stands for the master cylinder front. And in the kit, it's going to come with all new banjo washers, which is highly recommended to replace. Now we're going to go to the front calipers and we're going to work our way back to the other brake line. Okay. And connected to your lower triple tree is this T40 bolt that is holding your lower brake lines. You'll just disconnect that. And once again, have something covering your fender. It'll help from not making any scratches or getting any dot 4 on there. Got that loose. Now we'll move over and we'll disconnect the brake lines from the caliper themselves. When you disconnect this, it's always good to have a rag of some sort to catch some of the fluid that you're going to lose. And once again, you will replace these banjo washers. All right. Now we're going to disconnect the brake line. You just follow it back, and once again, it'll be marked with the F, which is going to be for front. And the way I do this is I actually pull this line from back here through the front rather than trying to feed those two lines back to the back. It'll make it a little easier. And there we go. You'll grab your Goodridge braided brake lines and just kind of lay them out. And on the Goodridge lines, it's hard to make a mistake because they are tagged. They tell you exactly which one goes where. On this one right here, ABS box to center of the T-bar. And on this one right here is ABS to the master cylinder. And it has a little bit of a curve on the banjo bolt, which is going to be connected to your master cylinder. All right, on the Goodridge lines also, as I was saying earlier, They come with new banjo washers. In this case too, they actually come with nice chrome banjo bolts. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to hook back up their master cylinder back to the ABS, but I'm going to do it reverse of how I did it before. I'm going to start at the ABS box and work my way back to the master cylinder. And when routing this brake line, you're going to go to the inside of the frame. And we're going to the master cylinder with this line, and it is noted or labeled on here MF, master cylinder front. Put your new banjo washers and your new banjo bolt. And to help eliminate any headaches, the way I do it is I leave everything loose until the end, and then I'll snug everything up. That way everything has, you know, freedom to rotate and find its own little happy place. And you route it right back up through here. You go above the lower triple clamp, and then of course you're going to come up in your nacelle here. What I like to do is build the front brake lines that go to the calipers just on the bench and then install them onto the bike. Alright, there's one side. And there we go. There's the two going down to the calipers. You will take the other one that is not tagged. One end is tagged going to the box, to the master cylinder or ABS box. And as you can see, well, the one going to the ABS box, if you look really close, has got a bigger diameter hole. And that's why that one goes to the ABS box. And on this one right here, whenever you hook it up, it's gonna be on the bike like this. The hole is gonna be pointing towards the front of the bike. Whenever you hook up this brake line right here that's gonna go back to the box, you're gonna wanna have it angled to the left side of the bike. That way you can route it down the left side of the bike to the box. All right, let's get installing it. And when installing these brake lines, the factory has a pin to align the brake line T. You'll need to remove that, and the way I do that is take a pair of dikes and I'll just clamp onto them and then kind of rock it down. And I just kind of bump it if you can. There it is right there. All right, after removing the dowel pin from the lower triple clamp, you're ready to install the Goodridge T. We're going to connect the stock banjo bolt off the calipers back in its place. You want to use the stock banjo bolt on the caliper because, of course, that's what's got your bleeder valve on it. Like that. You're going to route this over the lower triple clamp. Just come out through the front here. And then right back over the top. Then you're going to route this back to your ABS box. like that. You can snug up all the bolts that you left loose, and then you'll be ready to route your cables back through its backbone plastic.
Where are you at?
All right, after you get everything tightened up, now you're ready to route the cables back where they go, or the brake lines. And route them right up under there, and then just go through the plastic. There you go. Now we're going to bleed the brake system. You'll remove the master cylinder cap. Be careful doing so. If they're full, they will tend to spill on you. And next step, you always work the caliper furthest away from the master cylinder. So the master cylinder is on the right side. You're going to go to the left side front caliper and bleed that side first. All right, I'm using our Bike Master Deluxe brake bleeder kit. And you will be reusing that. You go from one side, and it actually says on here to pump. Hook that up to there. Then you'll put this other end on the brake valve. Just keep it full for me up there. You're just bleeding it, getting all the air bubbles out of the line. Yeah, you just want to make sure all the air bubbles are not coming out, and you might have to do this 2 times, do each side twice, because once you bleed the other side, of course the lines are connected and there could be a bubble get right in between there on you. And then reinstall your nipple. Same procedure. Install the tank and you're ready to roll down the road.